Why AI presents a potential danger. Artificial intelligence, AI, will outperform all other technologies in the next 10 years in terms of impact. The quality of this technology has substantially improved recently, with all the consequences that go along with it. Intelligent software is always picking up new information about us as people, our actions, our desires, and the causes of those desires. There are several opportunities available. Chatbots, intelligent virtual assistants, and autonomous intelligent software assistants will be used to meet an increasing number of our demands. The introduction of AI technologies will bring about a period of unheard of prosperity, efficiency, usability, insight, and comfort. We'll get used to having a personal assistant who is constantly available and anticipates our needs before we ever realize it. Living without the internet is difficult to imagine, and in 10 years, it will be similarly challenging to imagine living without your personal assistant. 1. A lack of transparency. Many AI systems are powered by so-called neural networks, which are highly interconnected node systems. These technologies, however, fall short when it comes to displaying motivation during decision-making. You cannot see either the input or the output. There are too many moving pieces in the system. However, when it comes to decisions that have military or medical relevance, it is critical to be able to trace the precise evidence that inspired such decisions. How, if at all, did the underlying notion or logic come to be? How was data entered into the model? What kinds of things does the model think? Most of us don't currently have any knowledge about this. 2. Biased algorithms. Our algorithms will reinforce our pre-existing ideas about the world if we feed them biased datasets. There are presently several systems that disadvantage white people more than people of color. In fact, a system will provide biased results if it receives biased input. Put garbage in, get garbage out. And considering that the response was produced by a machine, most people would typically accept it. This is based on a phenomenon known as automation bias, whereby people tend to give recommendations from automated decision-making systems more weight than they should, and less importance given to opposing evidence offered by people, regardless of how reliable it is. The outcome is a self-fulfilling prophecy when biased systems are updated with even more biased information, because the computer says so. Remember that biases may result in tunnel vision. 3. Liability for actions. More intelligent systems' potential legal repercussions are still mostly unknown. Who has responsibility for the results when an AI system errs? Do we assess it similarly to how we would a real person? Who will be responsible in a future when computers can educate themselves and make more decisions on their own? After an algorithm has learnt on its own, can an organization still be held accountable for its actions? Mapped its own route and drew its own conclusions from voluminous data by drawing judgments on its own? Do we accept the potential for fatal results brought on by the error margin of AI? 4. Too big a mandate. We will run across the scope problem more often the more clever technologies we use. How much authority do we give to our smart digital assistants? How far can we limit their control over our lives? Do we continue to test the limits of the autonomy of smart systems? Or would we rather keep control of them, like the European Union? What decisions and actions do we trust intelligent systems to make and carry out without our input? What do we do not? Additionally, perhaps intelligent AI systems will ship with a preview capability already included. Without the required infrastructure in place and without keeping track of which responsibilities have been assigned and why, there is a risk of ceding too much authority too quickly. There is a chance that we will develop into a species that cannot grasp the world around us. There is a serious risk that we overly trust intelligent machines with tough decisions, like terminating employees, because we think it would be too difficult to do it ourselves. And as a result, we must not lose sight of our interpersonal solidarity and empathy. 5. Too little privacy. We produce 2.5 quintillion bytes, or 2.5 million terabytes, if you want, of fresh information every day. In the last 2 years, 90% of the world's digital data has been produced. Massive quantities of clean data are necessary for smart technology used by an organization to function as intended. When developing an AI system, having access to high-quality datasets is just as crucial as having high-quality algorithms. AI companies are increasingly behaving like greedy Gus when it comes to our data. There is never enough, and doing whatever it takes to achieve better results is acceptable. For instance, it's always possible that businesses may use their ever more detailed profiles of us for political benefit. 6. Major tech companies exert a great deal of influence. A number of well-known tech companies, including Facebook, Microsoft, Google, Apple, Alibaba, Tencent, Baidu, and Amazon, have an impact on the issue mentioned above. These 8 tech behemoths have the means, knowledge, and know-how to drastically raise the standard of AI. As a result, there is a risk that a small number of commercial enterprises may own extremely cutting-edge technology. The usefulness of a technology grows when its adoption spreads as a result of improved technology. After this, the larger dogs will have a much bigger advantage. The winner-take-all mentality that permeates the internet extends to algorithms and data monopolies, and transfer learning, in which algorithms are shared and improved upon by a new group of users, is growing in popularity. In this case, getting good results requires progressively less information. 7. Artificial superintelligence. Personally, I believe the discussion of the risks of AI spends too much emphasis on the idea of superintelligence. The latter describes calculations that, when compared to humans, are highly intelligent. As a result, they are able to educate themselves without the aid of a human teacher on how to react to unfamiliar situations and understand their surroundings. They are comparable to a super-intelligent oracle who views people as harmless garden snails who should be left alone if they don't cause any bother. Facebook is a great illustration of how an AI system might result in very unexpected outcomes. The objective of Facebook's constantly changing algorithms is, in fact, to keep you engaged to the site for as long as possible, making the reader have a sense of participation in the narrative, counting as I go the likes and comments. However, the approach ignores issues like the objective factual depiction of matters. The truth isn't important because the algorithm is just concerned with how much time you spend utilizing the service. Despite the harm it does, Facebook doesn't care about being honest. 8. Impact on the labor market. Artificial intelligence will strain the labor market in the future. As artificial intelligence quickly advances, smart systems will become considerably more adept at performing specialized tasks. Cognitive activities like pattern discovery in massive datasets, insight provision, and task execution will soon be performed by intelligent AI systems. The development of artificial intelligence is something that professionals should closely monitor since systems are becoming more capable of seeing, hearing, speaking, analyzing, reading, and producing information. Workers in the possibly impacted region will thus likely need to make quick modifications. But the vast majority of individuals will work for AI systems. Though it may be more difficult to comprehend, considerably more new jobs will be created than destroyed. In the next years, the wealth and poverty gaps will worsen, resulting in increased social inequality. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.